Hey mama, I just put the baby down, and so it is a perfect time to chat about the nap time hustle, your nap time hustle, and why you shouldn't have a social media business. Now, hang on, scratch that track. What am I talking about? A social media business? Well, honestly, there's no such thing as a social media business, right? Because the only person who owns a social media business is Mark Zuckerberg, the people who actually own the social media platforms. So when people say that they own a social media business, what that really means usually is that they are using social media to connect with customers, to drive sales. But what I'm going to talk about today is how you should think a little bit one step further about how you can build your business off of social media and why you should not put all your eggs in one basket, all your eggs into social media. Use social media as a marketing strategy, but don't build your whole business on social media. So tune in. You are going to love this show. Hey, Go Getter. I'm Angela.
And I'm Adam.
We help normal moms and dads chase after their big dreams
In a modern online world.
all while in the midst of raising kids
In what we call the family hustle.
So I'm going to talk about 4 different reasons why you shouldn't be focusing only on social media to be building your business. I personally love social media. I use social media to build my business beyond 6 figures. So I love social media. I am not anti-social media, but there's 4 reasons why you shouldn't solely be focusing on social media and some easy ways for you to start thinking long term, to build a real business strategy, how any business owner should be thinking. And so the very first reason why you shouldn't be focusing solely on social media is because you don't own it. You don't own any of your social media accounts. You could be thinking, YouTube, you don't own that. They could take down your account. I actually know somebody who I followed who had 200,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, and she lost it all in a day. She couldn't get it back. She had to restart. So thinking about, wow, she put all of that content, all of that into one social media account and she lost it. That would be so hard to come back. Now she pivoted. She had some other things that we're going to talk about that she had in place. So she was able to come back pretty strong, honestly, probably stronger than ever. She rebranded herself. So thinking about that, if you lost your Facebook account, if you lost your Instagram account in one day, would you be able to connect with your potential customers, your current customers? Would you be able to continue running your business without missing a beat? Is that going to happen? And if you're, lose a breath and you have a gasp, like, what would I do if that happened? Then you need to really be thinking about that, because that is real. It really happens where people lose their accounts. And so don't focus solely on one account, and don't build your whole business on that one account, on that social media that you don't own. So the other reason is algorithms. You don't own the algorithm. And so I know whenever I first got started, I loved Facebook, and then the algorithm changed and Facebook stopped showing my posts to more than like 10 people. And I was like, gosh, this really isn't as fun anymore. So then I hopped to Instagram. I loved Instagram. Well, then Instagram's algorithm changed. And so, when we think about social media, a lot of times, people join social media to be social. It's not a place that they don't go on to social media to buy or sell. They go there to connect. And so if we retrace back to the original part of social media, what it's meant for, it can create deeper relationships with our customers. It can help us stay top of mind with our customers. But if it's the only way that you're making sales, then that's a really big indication that you should be thinking, okay, how can I make sales that don't rely on the algorithm to show my posts, to show my, you can pay ads, but still you're paying for that. And so thinking about, okay, so I don't own it. The algorithm isn't showing, and so there's so many negatives to using social media. Another thing is that your social media post, the life of that post is very short-lived, and so that means that you're never going to be able to stop producing content. You're never able to take a break from social media because you're always, one post only lasts for 2 hours. A really good post might last for 24 hours, and so whenever you think about that, it's like, gosh, that's a never ending cycle. I'm going to have to continue to create new content every day that's puts all this thought into that, circles and dots all these I's and everything. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, when do I get a break? And that is the rat race that using social media can create. And that's what I don't have time for. Maybe you feel that way too. You don't have time for that. And the last thing is, most social media platforms are not searchable. I'm going to put it like a little asterisk. Facebook definitely is not very searchable at all. You can kind of search for Facebook groups, but honestly, that really only works if you know what you're searching for. YouTube is technically a social media platform, and it is searchable. So that's a win. So if you're putting YouTube content out and you're using SEO, search engine optimization, then that's good. That's why I started using YouTube more. I actually have a couple of videos that really have gotten a lot of views because they're high on SEO. I am not a YouTube expert, so that's definitely not something that I can speak a lot about, but I know the power of YouTube, and I have signed customers and distributors from YouTube because they'll see my videos and they'll connect with me on a deeper level that way. And they found me by searching. And so that's something that's powerful. So YouTube is someplace that we'll get to that. But anyway, so most social media isn't searchable. Like I said, Snapchat, definitely not searchable. Now, hashtags are searchable, but are they really finding people using the hashtags? I don't know. I know a couple years ago when Instagram first launched, I feel like people may have been searching, for maybe a local photographer or something like that. But now I just don't know. I feel like myself, I'm not searching unless I'm trying to connect with people, a certain person that I want to connect with. But I'm not sure that people actually are finding me from hashtags. I feel like it's me finding other people because I'm active trying to connect with people on Instagram. But I'd like to hear from you. Do you feel like you're being found on Instagram with people searching hashtags? I'd like to know. Okay, so that's the thing, is that most social media is not very searchable, but I'm going to have a caveat, and this is going to go into how you can start changing your strategy, your business strategy, where you can use social media as it should be, starting a deeper connection with your customers that you already have. Potential customers. This is where you can have like a Facebook group, but where you can create deeper connections of people who are inside your funnel, are inside your world, who you want to connect deeper with. You want to keep top of mind, brand awareness. You want to do all that. All that is really, really good in Facebook groups and in Facebook as well, just posting on your normal page. But it's not a very good place to be found by people. So that means that you're always going to have to be chasing people. And I don't like that feeling. I want people to find me and already be in love with me. So where are some places that you can focus on long form content? This is something that I said in the past episode. Long form content, which is thinking about something that's more than 1,000 words. A Facebook post is definitely not going to be 1,000 words because people will not read that. They're not going to read a Facebook post because if they're on Facebook, they're just scrolling and you really only have like a split second to grab their attention. But if they are in other areas and they're in search mode and they're trying to learn something and you are providing that answer, wow, you have their attention a lot longer. So those are the types of people who you want to connect with. So long form content can be a blog post, it can be a YouTube video or a video that you host other places. It can also be a podcast, which would be audio. And I'm learning so much about podcasting. I launched my own podcast. If you're listening to this now, then you're listening to the podcast. And I personally realized as a busy mom, podcasts can fill in the gaps for me wanting to learn new skills, but I don't want to sit down and watch a YouTube video. I don't have time to sit and watch a YouTube video, but I can put my earbuds in my ear and I can listen to a podcast while I'm helping the kids with their homework, or while I'm doing the dishes, or while I'm cooking, or while I'm on a walk. And it's something that really fit a need for me as a busy mom. And that's why I was like, wow, I'm going to launch my own podcast, because I feel called to help moms just like me who are trying to navigate running their own online business and give them simple marketing strategies to help them grow. And so that's why I'm here. So I want to help you grow your business. And if you have been spending 100% of your time on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and you're ready to get off of the hamster wheel, then this is what I would suggest. So first off, I'm a big fan of blogging because I started as a blogger. And if you are someone who's called to change people's lives, then you probably feel like you have something to say. And I've done video. I love video, but most people find me through my blog and that brand recognition, and it also builds authority. So if you haven't launched a blog, that's something that I can talk about a little bit later, but it's really not as scary as you think. A blog, honestly, I think we talked about it in the last podcast where we talked about the basics of building your personal brand. Adam, my husband, is the one who really got me set up. And if you want more information on that, you can shoot me an email, Angela@grassfedmama.com, and I can talk more about how we blog and who's our host and all that kind of stuff. But that would be long form content, and you own it. That's a place where you can host your videos there. You can put your podcast there, lead generation. You can do all of this stuff in one place. So I'm a big fan of blogging. If you're not ready for a blog, then I would start doing video, and you can repurpose this video on IGTV, on YouTube. You can do it as a Facebook Live. You can do the same video all sorts of places. And that means that you're going to be killing more than 3 birds with one stone. But it also is a way for you to repurpose, and that saves you time. And so it feels like you don't have to create 3 different pieces of content. And I know I was just listening to one of the new podcasts that I just wanted to check an episode of, because they were launching and they were talking about SEO. So I really wanted to learn about SEO, which is what we're going to get to in a second. But she was talking about how she uses her podcast as her basis of content. And from there, she will write a Facebook post or do a quote from. So it's a way that you can, if you started as a blog post or as a podcast or as a video, you can use that as your hub of content, and you can host it on your blog. And then from there, you can repurpose content. It saves you time. I love repurposing content. Okay, so long form content, and then that's where you're going to serve people, and people can fall in love with you, and they can binge your content, and they're going to be like, wow, she is so helpful. I've been looking for her. Then, all you do is you have to do the marketing to point toward your content. And so instead of on social media, I feel like it's always chasing people. Instead of that, people can actually find you. How can they find you though? And that's where the search engine optimization comes inside. So you've probably heard about that with Google. Google is a search engine, so that if you're blogging, you can get your blog set up so that it has SEO, and I have a plugin that I use to help me make sure that I have my SEO right on my blog. But you can also use Pinterest. And Pinterest is a free way to make sure that you're pointing people back, driving traffic back to your content. Now, I personally feel like I have tried to point directly to YouTube video, and I did not get the same reach as pointing to a blog post that was the same content. The video was on that blog post versus just pointing to a YouTube video. So I know I have shared if you're using Pinterest, you can put anything in the link. You can direct it straight to a Facebook group. You can put it directly to a YouTube video, or you can do it to a lead opt-in page. A lot of people don't even have a blog, but they have a lead capture page to get people on their email list. Whatever you do, you can use Pinterest, and Pinterest is also a search engine. So you can use SEO, search engine optimization, to have people who are actively searching for solutions. And then if you provide that solution, then they found you. And that is the basis of attraction marketing, is really thinking about what are people searching for who I can help. So if you're thinking about, okay, well, I sell candles. What would people be searching for if I'm selling candles? Well, you could be more direct and say soy-based candles, modern soy-based candles. How specific can you get? Would people be searching for your type of candle? Or could you give styling tips? Like, this is a table decoration that uses my candles, and in the blog post, they could directly link to your candles. So then you can talk about, okay, so home decoration, what is the safety benefit of a soy candle? You could educate. You could talk about how it's made and where you source your products and why that's important, and different things like this. And all of these would be blog posts that would direct people to buy. And so if you're thinking about using a blog or something like that, or a podcast or video, but you're selling something, so think about, what are the different ways I can talk about this thing and point people, direct people, bring people into my life by talking about the things around the thing I'm trying to sell, and then show that the thing that I sell is actually what they need. And then obviously they're going to buy from you. And so thinking about that, how all that happens, it doesn't usually happen on social media. And so I'm encouraging you, if you have felt like, oh gosh, I don't even enjoy social media anymore. I don't enjoy just all this, adding people and starting fake conversations, and how do I get out of that? I feel like this is the answer, and it's something that a lot of people aren't talking about. And so I just wanted to share my opinion of why I do believe that you probably want to have some sort of a blog or website, especially if you're building a personal brand, a place that you own, your own online real estate, where you can talk about tips, and you can host your long form content, podcasting, blogging, video. All these three things are ways that you can build an audience and build a deeper connection to you, and then you can have a button for them to buy from you right then. So you're not chasing them. They can order right there from you. And yes, it takes a few extra steps, but that's how you're going to stand apart, and that's how you're going to crush it. And that's how people are going to fall in love with you, because they know where to find you. You're not having to beat the algorithm anymore. People can search for the problems that you solve and see that you are the solution. So I hope that this helped give you some idea about how to use social media, but not only rely on social media to build your business, and how blogging, podcasting, video, long form content can actually help you be found by more people, and also build that deeper relationship with the people who you want to serve in the first place.
Thanks for listening to The Family Hustle with Angela and Adam Parker. We appreciate you guys being here.
If you're listening, don't forget to take a screenshot and share it into your stories and tag us at Grassfed Mama.
Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your podcast player of choice. That helps other people find out about what we're doing, and it's the best thing you can do to help us grow the podcast.
Hey mama, are you ready to grow your income online? Maybe you've used social media to share about your products and your services, but you want to take it to the next level and use online marketing strategies that save you time and help you stand out online. Maybe you're sick of the spammy tactics you've seen and you want to show up authentically and share your message that can help others. What you really want is an online business that gives you more freedom to do what you love, but you're stuck on your phone and it doesn't really feel like freedom to you. So what can you do that can really grow your business online? I put together 3 amazing online business products at one low price to help you start attracting your ideal customer online. I'm going to teach you how to develop a customer journey, how to define your brand to attract the right customers to you, and how to start using simple lead generation to collect leads all across social media. Then, with my Penny for Profits, I'm going to teach you how I use a free organic marketing strategy to drive traffic to my lead generation, to my long form content, so that all these customers actually find me and they find me organically. And the last thing is this ebook that I put together called How to Build Your Business Without Bugging Your Friends, because you know to build any substantial online business, you are going to have to grow beyond the friends that you already have. So I'm going to show you how I personally was able to grow beyond my warm market into my cold market, and all of these products are together at one low price. So if you want the Mom's Guide to Online Business Bundle, you're going to find it in the show notes so you can grab that steal of a price and start building your business online today.